other news outlets putting lithium in the water and statins. Again, why not? They're already force drugging us. And when you go get your city to vote to take the fluoride toxic waste out, states like New Jersey and Arkansas just passed laws saying it must be in there. Really? Well, can you pass a law saying Hitler can throw Jews into pits and shoot them? Or Stalin can throw Ukrainians into pits and shoot them? No. You can pass laws all day. I say they're null and void. I say you're a fraud. I say what the Aztecs did was a fraud. Now, I may have been a crazy man 1,000 years ago if I was teleported back to Chichen Itza in southern Mexico and the Yucatan, and I could speak Mayan, and I said, hey, don't cut those children's hearts out today when the sun comes up. The sun's a ball of gas. It's not a god. You don't need to kill your people. And of course, the priests made their money off selling the meat in the square. They'd be like, hey, we're making tax money off this. This is our main meat product. Shut up. See, I'm the crazy man to the Aztecs. Just like if I was in Nazi Germany in 1940 and said, don't arrest all these people and put them in camps, I'm the crazy bad man. And see, I happen to know they're already poisoning our water. And I'm, again, the crazy bad man. Because in a land run by psychos, people who aren't psychos are the bad men. And again, the dumbed down who are already brain damaged from this, they're not going to listen to me. They're going to laugh. Oh, they're not doing this to us. I'm speaking to those that are intelligent enough to avoid this. Now, they're moving to make it the law to take shots. And now it's the point of, I'm going to defend myself and my family. You're not going to assault me with that chemical/bio weapon. And again, you shouldn't go to the University of Texas because they've done this. My mother went there. My dad went there. My grandfather went there. You can't go to UT. You can't go to Texas universities now because they're going to try to make you take all these shots. You can't join the military because they do it. They've been caught adding sterilants and cancer viruses. I'm not debating the science of inoculation, even though it's linked to increased cancer and shutting down your immune system. Separately, if there was some deadly bioweapon out there and they had a vaccine that really protected you, I'd take it, except they're going to add a Trojan horse. You can't trust these people because their stated goal is to hurt you through the shots. There's a reason cancer rates are over 2,000%. And here they are saying, since the poor people are dependent on government, we have a right to sterilize them. That's why they want to make you dependent, is so they can then say, well, we're going to sterilize you now or take your kids now because you are dependent. You've got to take all these vaccines when you're on welfare to get to welfare. And in those shots, they're giving you cancer viruses and everything else. You might...
Alex Jones.
Well, the Detroit News calls for putting sterilants in the water. But, of course, it's the very same eugenicists that funded the giant dependent class so they could later get the general population, this was decided in the 60s, to support compulsory sterilization because of the giant welfare hordes. It's always problem, reaction, solution. Make the troops serve 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tours, knowing from studies in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korea, that it would fry some of the troops and make them ticking time bombs. Then demonize all the troops for what a small group of the military who've been psychologically traumatized do. Problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution. The troops come back with the PTSD. They're craving the war drug. Well, you get to declare war now. I was talking to that dad about, it was a military guy who's now in the sheriff's department, who came to his house. His 7-year-old daughter had been late to class a few times, forced his way in with a summons, and then said, where's your wife? Well, she's not here. Well, you're a liar. And then says to the kids, where's your mommy? Your daddy's a liar, isn't he? They're like, no, mommy's gone. It's 7 o'clock at night. And the man says, please leave. I've got your summons. And the cop says no and sits there in his house for 20 minutes without a warrant. And, of course, the guy's former military. I mean, he's been kicking down doors in Fallujah all day. If a Haji doesn't do what he's told, he just, puts a bullet in their head. That's how the military's been trained. I'm not saying the military's bad, but you have people in country 5, 6, 7 years. It's a laboratory to produce people that'll do anything, and you bring them back here. Now, they know a big percentage are patriots and are going to wake up, so now you're the #1 enemy. Those that they can use, you're their little attack dog. But the rest of you, the 70% of so the studies show that aren't going to go along with the New World Order, you're the enemy. So you better decide what side you're going to be on. It's really that simple. But I've had these military guys, you can tell they're 25, 30 years old. They'll have scars on their face, you name it. Bow up on you, flip out on you, and I'll say, so when did you get out of the military? You were in Iraq? Oh, Afghanistan too, huh? And you're treating me like a Haji right now. Hope you enjoyed all those shots. Oh, then they get really mad. I'm like, oh, I bet you're having some health issues, aren't you? I'm real sad about that. I am sad for you. But don't bow up on me. You understand? Because I understand psychologically what's been done to you. You're like a sword they took and kept in the fire too long where it's warped. They beat you in all sorts of directions. Now, anytime you want, studies show, but common sense shows, my gut tells me, that if you just get right with God, no amount of Prozac, no amount of shrinks are going to help you. If you get right with God, admit what you've been through, realize how it was done to you, knowing is half the battle, and begin to resist the globalist and put your energies into something real, you will be empowered. I've talked to so many military people who've heard me talk about this. They're like, it's incredible. My life changed. Nothing made sense. I knew something was wrong. I was totally unhappy. Now that I know about this, I'm not having problems anymore. You defeat the New World Order by healing yourself with God's help and not having the PTSD anymore, or using your energies towards constructive things. And I see all these TV ads about, oh, call. If you've got PTSD and you're a veteran, you're going to get help. And then they SWAT team them, they kill them, they take your Second Amendment, they put you on list. I'm sorry, you're not going to get help from what I've seen from the troops I've talked to. Go into the VA, all you're going to get your rights taken away. You need to go to a church that isn't 501c3 and a FEMA spy organization. We need you to defend America. You're not going to be normal just sitting around. Join the Army of the Republic in the info war. We got a war for you.
On the GCN Radio Network.
So, I got articles with CNN, Fox News, Tokyo newspapers, Detroit News, saying, let's put sterilants in the water, let's put contraceptives in the water, let's put statins in the water, let's put lithium in the water, let's put the U.S. military on lithium. But then you go, oh, I got Rockefeller Foundation and World Bank documents about sterilants in the water, and the White House science czar says they're doing it. Shut up, you crazy lunatic. We'll just have to have Media Matters come out and say you're insane. And then what does Media Matters do? They pose as a nonpartisan watchdog who is the Delphi Oracle and tells you what reality is. Of course, it's funded by George Soros publicly in the federal filings. You can look it up, and by the Obama White House. And I had one of their editors called me last year to do an article. So I said, okay, I'll actually give you some quotes. And I said, George Soros gives you millions. He goes, no, he doesn't. That's a conspiracy and urban legend. And I looked up the federal filings while I was on the phone with him for like 30 minutes. And I said, okay, here's 300,000 here. Here's $1 million there. He goes, where are you getting that? And I go, the federal, commission. It's all online. And he goes, okay, well, it was good talking to you, Alex. These are soldiers of foreign corporations that have dominated us. Just like Tokyo Rose saying, you can't win, GI, lay down. You won't be seeing your sweetheart. Hello, GI. Hello, GI, you're defeated. Too bad your ship will be sinking and you won't be going home to see your sweetie. It's all over for you. The New World Order can't be defeated. I'm sick of people saying the New World Order can't be defeated. I see the globalists make mistakes all the time. I've studied them. They're people just like us. They're just aware of how the world really works. They study knowledge generationally, so they don't have to relearn it every generation. And they've set up systems to give us disinfo so that we're confused our whole lives. You want the blueprint to defeat the New World Order? Discover how humanity really works. All these schools of systems are always compartmentalized. The globalists study full spectrum understanding. And I have organically re-engineered what they've done and then later discovered in all their own publications, word for word, what I had already been able to calculate by connecting the dots. And folks, this is like a connect the dot for a 3-year-old. There are so many dots that you can see it's a pony or a dinosaur or a dolphin. Well, this is a big, dirty New World Order tyrant system. It's an all-seeing eye pyramid looking at you right in the face playing God. These people aren't God. They're endangering the entire planet. They can be defeated. Now, I'm going to go to Sean, Mark, Mike, Tyler, John, and many others here in just a moment. The toll-free number to join us is 800-259-9231. They've sold more than half the tickets at the theater up in Dallas. They have sold, again, more than half the tickets there and at the big convention center facility, Highlight, there in Orlando, Florida. And I'm going up there to visit our great affiliate. In fact, guys, will you reprint me the page that's at Infowars.com/events or put it up on screen so I can blow it up and actually read the locations to people? I'm trying to go off memory, and I've got so much other stuff on my mind. I'm failing to pull up that data. Thank you. But the point is that they've sold more than half the tickets for the event coming up in Dallas this Sunday. And I'm going to premiere a powerful 35-minute or so, it's a little bit longer now, special film. I'm going to then give an hour-and-a-half speech and take 30 minutes of questions and then premiere the film. And there is the Lakewood Theater, historic theater built back in, I guess, the 20s or 30s. I just remember as a child going and seeing movies there, so I like to have events there. We live right down the street. And also at the Orlando Highlight facility. Now, that holds 1,200. And they've sold more than half the tickets. So I would suggest you get your tickets now. I've sold out every event I've ever had, except for one I didn't really promote, and it was about 90% full. So if you want to come up and hang out at the Dallas event, it's going to be a powerful blueprint to defeat the New World Order speech I'm going to give, and then a powerful little film that connects to that, dealing with control freaks and the real danger threatening humanity. So that is coming up this Sunday, and then the next Sunday, I'm going to be in Orlando, Florida. And again, that's definitely going to sell out because more than half's already sold, and that's 2 weeks away. The Dallas should sell out. It sold out last time. It seats about 850, and they're more than half sold. So Infowars.com/events, or you can call the Orlando Highlight or the Lakewood Theater in Dallas and buy them over the phone as well. Just check information. I guess we should probably add the phone numbers there on the article. But some people just aren't online or don't like to go online to do stuff like that, so you can call and do it. And I think most of these places, because it always happens, I go, you're sold out, but there's a line of people out there. Well, we hold 5% of the tickets back, and then they put out folding chairs and stuff like that. But I look forward to seeing you out there, and I'm going to try to do clips for the nightly news on the road. I'll be doing the show every day on the road. I'm yet to ask Mike Adams to fill in next Monday when I'm on the road if he wants to do that, because I'm going to go on the road from Sunday to that Sunday. I just cannot subject myself to the TSA very often because of when I was fat, dumb, and happy and not running 5, 6, 7 miles a day, I could